So the Kaiju MonsterVerse fans are going in hard, almost $300 million at the moment. I personally can't go and watch it because the theaters here are not open until May. So wow, continue the MonsterVerse with it nearly hitting 300 million already. We know it's going to happen. So yo, what is good YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss the video. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind the voice. Also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. So the biggest question when you finish this movie isn't where the hell is the post-credit scene, because we've done a video about what the post-credit scene was going to be and why it wasn't implemented. So go check that out. I'll put the card somewhere over top right now. But the biggest question for me is, why didn't Kong kill Godzilla, or why didn't Godzilla kill Kong? So it's quite funny really when I go through the comment section and speak to other content creators, is some people seem to think that Kong won because of the whole standoff at the end and then Godzilla pieced, and realistically Godzilla won pretty much every fight. I know Nathan said I guess round 2 goes to Kong, but after that pretty much Godzilla kicks the shit into him, leaves him on the floor, even puts his foot on him. You know the bit where he's literally just gone on like an alligator on all fours and then puts his foot on him, and they both have a roar off against each other, and instead of him finishing Kong off with the atomic breath, he doesn't. Now why is that? That's very interesting, because the way this movie sets itself up is when we had the Hollow Earth scene, it made it pretty clear there was an ancient rivalry between Godzilla and Kong. That was apparent in all the marketing. In fact, you didn't even need to watch the movie to know that that is apparent. So if we go on that prerequisite that they've got an ancient history, Godzilla should have killed Kong, or Kong should have killed Godzilla, which is very fascinating. It really is fascinating. Now we know that Mechagodzilla got involved, but Mechagodzilla didn't get involved until after their fight had already happened. And then we got the scene with Gia where she says Kong's heart is slowing down. So Kong didn't die. A lot of people seem to think that Kong died. No, his heart was slowing down. So what they did is they used the Have flying craft, which they used to break into Hollow Earth, to break the gravitational pull, because you know it like inverses, and that's how Nathan's brother died. So what was interesting is they shot Kong, and then Kong comes back to life, and then Kong gets involved, and then what he does is he actually saves Godzilla's ass. He really does. They charge up the axe with the atomic breath, and then Kong smashes it down. Now this explains why at the end of the movie that Godzilla just pieced, is because they almost feel like they're equals. But in the first fight on the aircraft carrier, why Kong just got his ass handed to him pretty much. To be fair, it was on water, so it was unfair on Kong, and Kong was never going to win. Godzilla's a god, and Kong is essentially the equivalent of a human, so to speak. So right at the end of the movie, Godzilla didn't kill Kong because he's acknowledging Kong as an equal. Then he goes off to the sea, and that is why some people seem to think Kong won. But I guess you could say in love and or war and in fight, the winner is the person that doesn't back off, and Kong never backed off. Did he? No. So that is why your Kong fans, aka your hairy cheek fans, seem to think that Kong won. I don't really think anyone won. It was an even fair draw, to be fair, if you want to put it like that. I don't ever think that Godzilla was trying to kill Kong, or he was even going for Kong, because if you recall how the fights went down, Godzilla was coming for something. He wasn't necessarily coming for Kong in the first fight in the aircraft carrier. He sensed something. Was it the case of Mechagodzilla's Ghidorah's brainwaves being activated at the very point he was near Kong, so he thought it was King Ghidorah, but really it was Kong, because he backed off pretty easily. And then when we get to the second fight, when Kong's down in Hollow Earth, and the bit where Godzilla literally fires his atomic breath from Hong Kong into Hollow Earth, it was Kong that started the fight, wasn't it? Godzilla wasn't attacking him. Godzilla was sensing something, so he smashes the atomic breath down into Hollow Earth, and then it's Kong that jumps up and is like, yo mate, let's go. So realistically, Kong started the second fight, and then the second fight went down. Kong got some really good blows. Nathan said he won, so technically if you go by their kind of monologue, it was 1-1, so to speak, and then ultimately Kong won because he took out Mechagodzilla. But how the fight went down was, it was punch, 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 smash, really, really cool, aesthetically pleasing. Cinematography was on fire. But essentially what happened is we got the alligator, Godzilla, on all fours, standing on Kong, puts his foot on him. They both roar. Instead of going for the atomic breath, he just leaves him. And then, as we said earlier in the video, Gia's like, his heart's slowing down. We need to bring him back. And then Nathan used the heave, boom, he's back. And then he goes and helps Kong. So he was sensing something. Godzilla was sensing something because he just left him there. So it is very interesting that neither and/or were killed, just like your boy Warstu said 15 months ago. But if you can come up with any better reasons why Godzilla never killed Kong at all, because at the end of the fight, the Mechagodzilla fight, I really wanted Godzilla and Kong to go at it again, but obviously Godzilla's acknowledging Kong as his equal because he saved his life, and he's basically they're both alphas, so as long as they don't get in each other's way, there ain't going to be any more fights, because they will never do a Godzilla versus Kong movie again. I'm pretty sure of that. So also in the news, restore the Snyderverse hashtag is getting big, but let's not talk about that today. We'll talk about the continue the MonsterVerse. Now, what is interesting here is a lot of people are deluded. Yes, a lot of people are freaking deluded. This movie is a Legendary Pictures movie, but for some reason, Warner Brothers is getting all the creditation, all the props. They had a distributor. They distributed said movie, but it was made by Legendary Pictures. So let's give Legendary Pictures the prop. So at one point, it had over 30,000 tweets. Yes, I know it's nowhere near the 1.5 million that the Snyder Cut one had. We know, but the MonsterVerse community is smaller. But this movie is hitting the wider community to the point where everyone wants continue the MonsterVerse. So what they're doing is they're just sitting on it. Time of posting this video, it's hit close to $300 million and it had a budget of around 170 million. We know that Warner Bros. Allegedly, according to the Hollywood Reporter, paid Legendary Pictures $250 million for a day-in-day release with the theaters and to put it on streaming, which basically already means they've made a freaking ton of money already. So they've already made enough, but I'm not 100% sure about this fact, but I'm pretty sure their license, Legendary's license with Toho for Godzilla is over. So either way, they negotiate a new license or whatever, and we will be getting another Kaiju MonsterVerse movie. But what is interesting is, what's it going to be? Would it be Kong, Godzilla? Will it be some other Alpha Titans that we've never met? It's got to be one of them, realistically. I can't see them doing a joint movie because that would be interesting. And then we've got to think of the alleged post-credit scene where alleged to the fact that aliens were coming, but we don't know if when King Ghidorah came, if a bunch of other aliens like King Ghidorah followed King Ghidorah to Earth, do we? So it's very interesting. They have set up a lot without setting up a lot, and I think Adam Wingard was ultimately right not to be pigeonholed into doing a post-credit scene, but there's a lot of people, as of the time of recording this video, still wanting the MonsterVerse to be restored, and it's so cool when the company behind it, not Warner Brothers, Legendary themselves, continue the MonsterVerse is trending, and that was on the 4th of April, which is pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool when the company behind it, they see that we want more, so we will get more. I haven't heard anything from behind the scenes or from any sources. To be fair, I've not reached out to anyone yet because it's too soon, but to get numbers that it's hitting close to $300 million is cool because we're in a pandemic where no theaters are open in the whole of Europe. I believe. I know it's not open anywhere. We've even got the likes of Elon Musk talking about it. Elon Musk tweeted, Godzilla versus Kong is so much. Wow. Most insane movie I've ever seen. Love letter to conspiracy theorists, and yet heartwarming in the end. When your boy Elon Musk is getting involved, you know what's about to go down. But what is interesting is Jason Keller, who is the head of Warner Media, CEO, says, with the level of good taste this person might amount to something someday. Now, he was essentially quoting what Elon Musk said. But it is interesting how Jason hasn't really publicly commented on the Snyderverse or Zack Snyder Justice, but indirectly commenting on Godzilla versus Kong. So it's looking very likely that the MonsterVerse will continue. So like always, guys, let me know what Kaiju MonsterVerse based videos you want me to do next. I hope I did a little. I tried to explain what I think the reason why Godzilla didn't kill Kong or Kong didn't kill Godzilla. Essentially, it's because they want to do more movies with both these characters at some point. But hopefully you take my justification for what I said and you don't troll me too hard. So let me know, who do you want to see again in the Kaiju MonsterVerse? Do you want to see Warstu? Do you want to see Mothra? Do you want to see Ronan? Do you want to see the son of Godzilla? Do you want to see Destroyer? Do you want to see Space Godzilla? Do you want to see Warstu? Okay, we've already said Warstu, but you get my point. There's so much potential, so let me know down below, guys. Who do you think that Godzilla or Kong should fight next? There is so many choices in the Kaiju MonsterVerse, but as we know, they don't own the license to a lot of these characters, so they would have to buy the license for these characters before they could even do it. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. If you want to see the face behind the voice, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka The Nightmare. And I will catch you in another video very soon. I'll catch you later.